Wait. Sorry, just waiting here for a second. No pun intended. Got to post that I'm live. Okay, so hey, this is Rockman. Hi, Song. So Comcast update for those who don't know. I've been having internet problems, so this stream could probably crash and drop frames. I did finally talk to someone. It could have been AI, for all I know, but a technician is coming over tomorrow, and I supposedly have a description of what the problem might be, so we'll see what happens. But for now, we got to continue to finish this game, which is Doki Doki Panic, as you can see, and as you know from watching all the streams before this, that we just have one character left. It's Mama Luigi. And we just need to beat worlds 2 through 7 as we've been doing. So let's get going. Hey Eric, how's it going? Wait. How's the volume? How's everything here? All right, let's. So yeah, this is Luigi Mama's jump. Yeah, it's not quite like Luigi. Apparently, with her arcing jump, she can make certain shortcuts that no one else can. I was looking at chat. What did you end up getting for dinner, Song? That was close. I never even noticed the stars in the sky up there. This jump is kind of, it's going to take some getting used to. I had a pizza for dinner. God, it's Birdo. So yeah, you should know how this game works by now. This is part 4. In case you don't remember, for some reason there's no sound effects, and that just might be my version. There's also no like story in the title screen. I think that's also my version. But there is no run button in this version of the game, that's for sure. Outback Steakhouse. Grilled chicken breast with honey mustard, bacon, mushrooms, and cheese. Yeah. I mean, I usually tend to get like fried chicken, but I do like grilled chicken breast as well, so that sounds good. Anywho. Oh, man. So what else is going on? Well, I didn't mean to do that. Just talking. You know, we talk about food too much on this channel. Gotta talk about something else, and then I die. Trying to think of what else I could possibly talk about. Oh, we got a new garden hose for the backyard. You guys are excited about that, right? That is a weird one-up, because every one-up is just the person's head. In Super Mario Bros. 2, of course, they changed it to a mushroom that says one-up. Yeah. Not want to go down here. Just trying to duck and get out of the way. This jump is good for certain situations, but in other situations it is so uncontrollable. I don't know if I mentioned on stream the problems we've been having. Well, I mean, if you saw the Rockman Erasmus stream, we've been having problems with our PlayStation 2 for years, and I finally found out the reason is because there's something wrong with the laser in our PlayStation 2 where it plays DVD games just fine, but it can't play CD games. Apparently, that's a thing. It's been known to happen with certain PlayStation 2s, so we're looking into possibly getting a PlayStation 2 from our friend Quack if that works out. Oh, come on. That was weird. It also kind of threw me off because I was expecting to be turned small, but that's not how it works in this game. The other thing is I have a Sega Genesis Model 2 that works, but in order to make it work, you have to kind of get the power cord in a certain position. And since it's pretty cheap, I actually just bought a replacement Sega Genesis Model 2 that doesn't have that problem. Unfortunately, PlayStation 2s are very expensive, and also Sega CDs are very expensive. Our Sega CD is not in great shape either, and it's had a problem for years where it can't like store random access memory or something, so like kind of every time you have, I think most of the time you have to boot it up, you have to like go through a procedure where you reset the RAM, otherwise it won't work. They're just too expensive to replace nowadays. And in fact, some of the other consoles, yeah, both our GameCube and our Dreamcast both have the problem where their clock batteries are completely dead. So when you shut off the system and leave it when you unplug the system, it won't remember the date. So every time you plug it in and power it on, it's like you have to reset the date from the year 2000 because the clock battery's dead. And I know there's a procedure you can do where if you know how to solder, you can buy a new battery, open it up, and replace that, but that's beyond my abilities. And I think it might be beyond Ratmus's abilities also. It's we can just deal with the clock batteries not working rather than try to fix that, unfortunately. Yes, yeah, when you have really old games and really old systems, I saw a YouTube short from Andrew the Game Display. He was talking about, you know, the save batteries in Nintendo games like Zelda 1, and he's like, Nintendo thought they would only last for 5 years, but in some cases they're still going strong today. And yeah, I don't think I've had much of a problem with my NES save batteries, but we've had several Super Nintendo games where I think the battery is actually dead, or, you know, like when you power it off you'll lose your save type of thing. Like, I think that might have happened in one of our Final Fantasy 3 copies, which is actually Final Fantasy 6. Probably some other games. I know it definitely happened in Super Mario Collection, which is the Japanese version of Super Mario All-Stars, which we have on Super Famicom. That thing erased like all of my save files when I was trying to stream it. So you can't trust those Super Nintendo game files, but so far, yeah, I don't think I've had a problem with an NES save file. Also, oh my god, it's Triclyde. And here's something else that I have no trouble complaining about. Like, crazy. But I know we've kind of had this discussion before where I'm like, they don't need to remake games, and then some people might tell me, but Rockman, not everyone has, you know, an old video game system. They don't necessarily have a Nintendo 64 or whatever. And I read a news story where Miyahon himself said that remaking The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time was a good idea because not every kid these days has access to it. And I'm like, excuse me, like, The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time is literally on Nintendo Switch Online right now. Or I know they're kind of rebranding it as Nintendo Classics, but like, sure, you can say that about certain games, like, but Nintendo put it on the Switch service. So don't tell me that people don't have access to it. It's right there. Even Wind Waker, I know it's only on Switch 2, but, you know, for a long time people are like, well, we need Wind Waker HD because, you know, Wind Waker for GameCube is expensive. Well, it's on Nintendo Switch Online. I know you have to have Switch 2, but it's there. I'm still morbidly curious, or whatever I said, curiously optimistic or morbidly curious about what the actual, obviously, Switch remake of Ocarina of Time is going to look like and be like. Very curious. Because obviously I'll be back to playing the original Ocarina of Time next Monday. Unless something goes horribly wrong with my internet. Maybe they added figurines to Ocarina of Time? That would be something. Maybe they added Miiverse stamps, right? Yeah. Alright, so Mama should, in theory, I think I was told that she should be able to make this shortcut. She's the only character who can make this shortcut. Okay, maybe I need to squat jump, which doesn't always work. I don't want to lose a bunch of lives here, so... No, I don't see how this works. Maybe I'm not doing it right, but I'm not going to risk losing all my lives trying to go for that shortcut, which can... Well, if it does add figurines song, then you'll totally want to play it, right? You know, because I was looking at your Google document of your retro games, I was actually seeing like all your Google documents that you had shared with me over the years, and like you still have like all the documents from all the times you streamed Super Paper Mario for like each different year. And like you still have the document from when I did Ocarina of Time with no guide and all that stuff. And of course you have all of your Super Mario 64 information. So that's cool. Yeah, I'm certainly not going to tell you to delete any of those things. You can keep them forever. That's cool. I usually delete stuff once I'm done with it, but there are certain ones where I'm like, you know what, I do want to keep this one, so what I actually do is I kind of download it offline into an Excel spreadsheet or whatever. I don't keep it online. Like, I think I still have, like, some of Chirp's documents, but they're not online, they're downloaded. I need some water. I need some lives is what I need. Hold on, I was gonna leave it and go get water, but it starts me to the level with an enemy. Damn Soviet bezos. I don't think I can make that jump either. Now these freaking bezos, they shouldn't even be down here. I don't think those bezos are supposed to come down here. What's happening? Fuck. Oh, here we are again. So today, obviously, we're finishing this, and then obviously we're going to Ocarina of Time. Now, after I finish Ocarina of Time... Oh, shit. Well, that sucked. That was stupid. Anyways, after I finished Ocarina of Time, we talked about some Mario possibilities. Like, I've never streamed Super Mario Bros. 3 by myself on the NES version. That's one thing. The other thing is I've never streamed Lost Levels as Mario. I've only done it as Luigi. That's another thing. Another thing is, we're getting to the second half of this year, and sometime Bunny is going to stream Wind Waker, speaking of Wind Waker, and when she does that, I may not be streaming myself. I may be concentrating on modding for her. I still have no idea when that's going to happen, just supposedly before the end of this year, so... How about a 5-up? That's not a 5-up. This is the thing where I'm not quite sure where the mushroom is. Okay. Realizing this character moves really slowly on the ground too, so... Wow. I had When the song gets back, I had a quote-unquote interesting copyright thing on YouTube. Why I steal Face Guy's key? Because I'm an asshole. Okay, so you remember when I streamed Ocarina of Time Part 1? You remember when I played Saria's song for Darunia and he started dancing? Oops, be careful there. Usually this guy despawned and now he's here. Well, anyway, on YouTube it said, like, you know, it was quote-unquote flagged as copyright music, but it misidentified it as the credits song. Because, like, it's like the part of the there's a part of the credits where it plays that part of the song, I think, and it misidentified that. It was one of those things where it's like, well, you can't monetize this video, and I'm like, I don't monetize my fucking videos anyway. just funny that they thought it was the credits music when it was just the Darunia dancing the Saria song music. Oh my god, it's Birdo. God, it's Mouser. Oh my god, it's a bomb that I dropped in front of me. What the hell? This character is so slow, it's throwing me off. Hits does this guy take? I thought this Mouser was 3. Is it 5 for this one? I feel like I've already hit him 5 times. Jeez. Wait. Should I go for the heart that I don't really go for? I thought there was a heart here. Guess I don't know where the heart is. Here. I'm gonna save the grass because I think there might be more grass later. This might not be the level that I'm thinking of. Yeah, oh, never mind, it's Birdo. Except it's not. What do you want me to do about it? Where am I supposed to find a cannon? Oh, I'm like, I'm gonna die, and of all the enemies that were on the screen, that was the least one that I thought I was going to die to. I'm gonna have to go... Normally I just like go max speed and just dodge everything, but this character is too slow for that. I gotta go slow and methodical. And that pisses me off. Facebook Marketplace. Even if that were true, I don't think I can even use Facebook Marketplace, so ask Ratmus to buy you a cannon on Facebook Marketplace, and then he'll be arrested. I can buy you one if it's on Amazon. Or eBay, yeah. That's where I got that Sega Genesis. Then again, Ratmus also bought a Dreamcast game on eBay, and I tested it, and the damn thing doesn't work. So I don't know what he's going to do about that. Where is Ratmus, anyways? I'm sure Doom is watching Bunny play Metroid Prime or whatever. I don't know where Ratmus is. Gaming Guru 5-1 of all people. How many years has it been since I've seen you, my friend? I was just gonna mention Nintendo Capri's son is streaming Super Mario Sunshine, but his title is a lost quote as usual. A long while. Well, welcome back. So if you're only here for one day, I will kill myself in this game and bombard you with questions. First of all, I'm looking at this interesting what's the word? Badge that you have next to your name, the Dragon Shimmy. I don't even know what that is, but it looks like a cool sword. Anyways, if you couldn't tell, this is not Super Mario Bros. 2. This is actually Doki Panic, which is supposed to be on the Famicom Disk System, but this is some fan ported it to the Famicom cartridge, so I'm playing a Famicom cartridge of it. It's very similar to Super Mario Bros. 2, obviously some differences. You need to beat this game with all 4 characters before you can even get the ending, which we have done. This is part 4, stream number 4, so this is the last character I have to beat the game with to get the true ending. Damn it. Yeah, I had never been able to find a copy of it, or a ROM of it, until recently this year. My brother found one. So... oh, come on. Again, we gotta go slow and methodical here, which is not conducive to me talking to chat. But it's the only way. He's dead finally. Whew. Yeah, this is supposed to be like Luigi, although the jumping is not exactly the same at all. What was the last game you played, Gaming Guru? Are you planning to get the new Ocarina of Time? Hey, Ratmus. For 36 minutes? Well, continuing on Monday's Gaming Guru, I'll be streaming the original N64 version of Ocarina of Time. Like I said, from Monday. As for the remake, I don't know. I'll have to see more about it before I decide if I even want it. Ratmus, is that like a long trip on the Schaefer Queen? Ooh, can I make this jump? Oh, I wish I could. Yeah, that, I wonder if your Ocarina of Time was the first Let's Play that I saw from you. It might have been, right? Okay, this whole area sucks, but we gotta go through it. Well, before last week, I think it was over 5 years since I played Ocarina of Time. That's probably not as long as it was for you, even though that's a long time for me. Oh, okay, that works. What else should we talk about? Well, Gaming Guru probably doesn't know, but me and my brother and my family, we went on a week-long vacation to Wisconsin 2 weeks ago. So we just had a nice vacation. And that was 2 weeks ago, and now we're back. And life sucks again, right, Ratmus? I know it sucks at your job. I heard you complaining about it. You're going to Florida for 2 weeks? Nice. Never stop sucking. That's yes. That's awesome to hear, Gaming Guru, because on our vacation we also go to the retro video game stores. We did a stream where we streamed the games that we bought at those retro game stores. Well, we got some. I'm trying to think of some good games that we got. We got a lot of stupid ones. What were some of the good ones? We got Kung Fu for NES. That's good, right? No, that one sucked. Dr. Mario for Game Boy. I mean, yeah, we don't have that many Game Boy games, so I was like, why not get Dr. Mario? my god, it's Fry Guy. Yeah, like, we go up to Wisconsin once a year, so we limit ourselves to going to the retro video game stores once a year. So, like, once a year we buy a bunch of games. So, like, if you take that over the past, I mean, we've been doing that for 20 years at least. So by doing that for 20 years, I mean, we have amassed quite a collection. And yeah, the games are getting so expensive just like in the last 1, 2, or 3 years. Like, you look back at some of the games we got, you not even that long ago, you used to be able to buy any NES game you wanted for like $2.99. Now they're like $10.99 minimum, $12.99, $15.99. Even for stupid, terrible games. Yeah. It's awesome to look back when I keep some of the price tags on the games we bought and just realize, oh man, we bought this game for so cheap, and now it's like going for so much. I mean, it's not like I want to do them as, it's not like I think I'm gonna get rich from investing in them or anything, but you know, I'm sure it's gonna come to one day on my deathbed we're gonna have to sell all these games and. Then again, a very old family friend passed away, and he's got a Burger Time arcade cabinet, and nobody wants that, right? So. I mean, back in the day, Ratmus bought Earthbound for $5. We got Mega Man X3 for Super Nintendo for free, and that's like worth a lot of money. I think I'm gonna die here. Yep, there we go. Alright, let's be smart about this and not talk about video games. Jesus, that was not smart. Excuse me? That's better. And then I get nothing. My God. Have I ever died in subspace before? Jeez. I really need to pay attention to this. And part of it is the wonky controls. this level is extremely difficult with other characters. I didn't think it would be difficult with this character. Well, what? That was dangerously stupid. That's a song that sounds like a terrible thing, like drinking bleach that some stupid people in the government would tell you to do. You say you highly doubt that his doctor recommended. Well, to bring it back to video games, you know, I don't even think Dr. Mario would recommend that on Game Boy. Actually, let me look at some pictures here of the games that we bought so I can remember, because I can't remember things that happened 2 weeks ago. We bought Desert Demolition starring Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote for Sega Genesis, and Ratmus, I don't even know if I heard your opinion on if that was a good game or not. I think I was distracted at the time. Hopefully, if we can get a new PS2, I'd really like to check out that game Top Gear Daredevil that we weren't able to check out, and Kengo Master of Bushido. That sounds like a Japanese fighting game. Yeah. I also bought some, they're called Ritz Drizzled Minis Fudge. So they're like tiny little Ritz crackers covered in fudge. They're pretty good. Pretty decent. Got those up in Wisconsin. So you said you're going to Disney World, is that correct, Gaming Guru? The last time I was at Disney World, I believe, was 1985. You probably weren't even born yet. Oh, Ratmus was there February 2000. And what were you doing there, Ratmus? Playing the saxophone behind a dumpster? That's a true story. Ratmus went to Epcot with his high school band where he played the saxophone, and they made them play behind a dumpster. Right, Ratmus? And you can't even blame 9/11 because you said it was 2000, right? Yeah, now that you mention it, I knew his name was Jamie, but I guess I also I guess I kind of forgot. My name is Rockman, comma respect. We're on level 5-3. Give me some more water. Ratmus, what are you going to do about that Dreamcast game that doesn't work anyways? Damn it, I looked at chat because I was invincible. I had no idea there was a pit there. Exploded way quicker than I expected. Okay, no, that can't go through that. So much for invincibility frames. That's what she said. What? Oh, that's a great place to put my heart. Thanks a lot. Should I be concerned that you can't stay awake during my stream song? It just reminds me of that, there's an enemy in Super Mario World. I think it's a Fishin' Lakitu, where it's a Lakitu going around with a fishing pole, and like he has something on the end of it like an enemy, and DK said he's never seen that before in his life. I'm like, well, I guess you never got very far. I guess those bombs walking around, those are this game's version of Ba-Bombs song. Those were the very first Ba-Bombs ever, is the bombs that walk around in this game. And yeah, they don't start showing up until like World 5. And that's the Fish and Boo that I mentioned in Super Mario World doesn't show up until like World 6, I think. Maybe. Jump is so hard to control. God, it's Mouser with spikes. Okay, that definitely hit him once. They spiked the punch, Ratmus. 3. 4. Do I know what happened to Spike TV on January 18th, 2018? I don't know. Was it shut down then? I think that was 5. So, in other words, basically shut down. Six. 13 lives going into World 6. Wait. Oh, also, I dropped 462 frames and didn't notice. Did anyone else notice? Great Birdo to soft lock at. I did not intend to fall down here. Don't know how I took damage there. That is completely fucking stupid. Just YOLO swagging it now. Meticulous didn't work. We've basically already won. I've played Mario 3 with my brother in the past, right, brother? Again, totally stupid. Not me, the game. Who's Mario and who's Luigi? Birdo. Didn't get hit there. My God, it's Triclyde. Two levels to go. Wait. Drop the controller. One day in 1989, I beat Super Mario Bros. 2 for the first time on a cassette tape, and I never could have imagined that one day I would beat Doki Doki Panic, the weird Japanese game that I had no idea was based off of at the time. But we have just one level left to beat Doki Doki Panic with all 4 characters. Heart came completely off the screen. What happened there? The fucking bullshit is what happened. I threw that key at the enemy. The key phased right through the enemy and didn't kill him. Not fair. That was such bullshit that for a second I thought I was playing not Doki Doki Panic, but instead Apex Legends. get betrayed. Easy peasy, final boss time. Well, was that really easy peasy? Next question. Can I jump over Wart like I normally would? Yes. That's 2. So fucking slow. Really thought I was gonna catch that vegetable, and you took it from me. Remember when I beat this without getting hit? Doesn't matter because he's dead. We did it. We beat the game with Mama Luigi. Now what will happen? Wait. I mean, please set side A. Wait. Whoa. This is new. It didn't even show us the other scene. Wow, this sounds like a mutated, terrible version of the Mario Bros. 2 ending song. We saved some sort of boy and girl dream creatures, I don't know, and there's a monkey with a beanie. And they come out of the book and the monkey is shocked out of his mind. Oshimai. That means the end. They're really, really ugly. Thanks, Doom. And this is totally different from the Super Mario Bros. 2 ending. Producer Mia Hon. Chappie. Who the hell's Chappie? Hide and Q? Characters designed by Fuji Terebi? Of all people? The title was designed by Ishin, of all people. The courses were designed by those people, of all people. Yes, that's exactly who it was. That's Koji Kondo, right? Morikazu with a weird logo for the O. Shige-chan, is that another nickname for Miyahon? Meddler? 1010 was a meddler. Doom, did you know that? Thanks a million. What is this, Zelda 2 now? But that's literally what Zelda 2 says, isn't it? Thanks a million, push start to replay. How much you guys want to bet that when I push start, it's going to say, wait. Told ya. Now we gotta make sure that we save our wonderful accomplishment here. Wait. Save. Wait. FDS writing in progress. Nintendo Family Computer trademark. Wait, trademark. Alright, there it is. We have proof. Beat every level as every character and got the true ending. Wait. Power off. We're done, ladies and gentlemen, we're done. As I said, one of the most proud and gaming accomplishments of my life, totally. So how is everyone in chat doing? Doom, did you hear me say that Nintendo Capri Sun is streaming Super Mario Sunshine, and his title is "My condition is not an issue. I've lived with it for 4 years. It never stopped me from doing anything." And Bunny's doing Metroid Prime 3. Alright, that's it. So we dropped 462 frames. Comcast that's coming tomorrow. They'll totally fix the problem, right? We're not rating anyone. Now, the next stream, like I said, is going to continue Ocarina of Time this Monday. I've seen a stream. Bye, everyone. Thanks for being here, Gaming Guru and everyone.